The fucking
Does it
industry is
affect you
cheating.
when you're writing
mentally,
music?
No, mentally it fucks me up because it goes like, all right, going back to your brother, it's fighting with handcuffs on. You know what I'm trying to say? Basically, it's like putting all your fucking energy into a body of work for them to fuck you.
But do you feel like you're being fucked because you've poked the beast for too long? Like I've always been surprised that you were so apt to go after the platforms that are pushing your music. Like even if I'm having fucking problems with YouTube or anywhere that I post, I try not to bite the hand that feeds me.
Of course. But they don't feed me. You know what I'm trying to say? No, let me tell you this, right? And I'm gonna make this very simple and very clear, right? And you follow me. If I'm wrong, say, yo, Danny, you're full of shit. Back in 2018, DSPs, Spotify, Apple, they cancel out XXXTentacion. You remember that? Am I wrong?
No, I remember.
They cancel out XXXTentacion because he did something with women, right?
Yeah.
Which they feel like Pitchfork, all this shit, released his nasty story saying they abuse of women. XXXTentacion was such a fucking force where if you took off XXXTentacion's music off of DSPs, his fans went ape shit. You can't take an XXX off and not take an R. Kelly off. You can't take an R. Kelly off and not take a Michael Jackson off.
Yeah.
You can't take a Michael Jackson off and not take a Tupac Shakur off.
Why Tupac?
Remember, Tupac was convicted of rape in 1994 or some shit like that.
Right. So who picks and chooses? Yeah. No, I feel you.
It's a culture thing.
Basically,
It's a culture
everybody
thing.
got together and said, you can't do this.
Right.
You can't single one out.
Yeah.
Going back to me. Now, I'm not biting the hand that feeds me. I need fair play.
We see the same.
What's the point of having a First Amendment right? Which is freedom of speech to say, listen, please don't cheat me. Oh, you're outing us? You're calling us cheaters? Yes.
But that's a problem. That the First Amendment was obviously for the United States of America. When you get into a private establishment,
industry,
a platform that they can literally do whatever the fuck
they
want.
shouldn't be able to, but we see the same thing.
That's
See the same
illegal.
thing with YouTube. We see the same thing with YouTube. You went and did some collabed with the Nelk Boys the other day.
Yeah.
Right. The Nelk Boys,
Dope kids.
great kids. I love Kyle, Jesse, Steve, all those
dope
guys.
kids, yeah.
They are, Steve especially, blackballed by YouTube. They put a video out, it doesn't show up in notifications.
Steve will do it?
Yeah, Steve will do it. Nobody, you can't find his videos.
I wonder why.
You got to go on his channel and you got to search that shit out to find it. And so we deal with this with that same kind of shit. And it brings up this question of who makes the decisions when it comes to censorship on private platforms. And that's what you're talking about right now. And it sounds like you're being censored by private platforms. And they would argue that they have the right to do so. You know what I'm saying? And that's not in breach of your First Amendment right.